So yesterday, Stephanie White responded. She answered a few questions coming into this game today. And I do think that she gave a really good response. I have to give credit where credit's due to Stephanie White. I think she gave a perfect response because the reason why I think her response is perfect is because the WNBA media, and I mean this again, there are stans posting as media. Like, there's somebody that, again, is kind of WNBA adjacent media. I don't know if they've worked directly with the WNBA, but they're working for they've worked with companies that work with WNBA and stuff. And they've basically went on an unhinged rant saying that Caitlin Clark's family are all awful people, and Caitlin got it from her mother. Well, you leave Ann Clark out of this. They need to leave Ann Clark out of this. What did she do? What did Ann Clark do? I'm sorry, what did she do? But yeah, so basically it's something that is just always kind of strange. And the WNBA media have basically tried to tell Indiana Fever fans for the last year, you're not allowed to cheer. Because again, let's not forget, we thought something was going to pop off. Why? Because there's fans from Apostrophe. And then let's also not forget every time the Fever scored a big basket, their crowd erupted, but it didn't feel like they were cheering for their team. It felt like something more sinister. And then also there are ominous vibes with the Fever crowd. So we also have to take into account that the WNBA media, it's not even about the Fever fans. They do not want, they have made it very clear, WNBA media and some players, that fans cheering is bad. Stephanie White sets the record straight with this crap, or with that crap.
First of all, we told the team that obviously we're going to cooperate fully with the investigation, but there's no place for that in our league. Whether it's at home, whether it's on the road, it doesn't.
And also, one thing I really like, the people aren't talking about the Fever players. The Fever players made sure to say, there's no place for any of the stuff that the accusations are there. They'll let them do their investigation if anything's found, and we're going to cooperate. And they made sure everyone other than Caitlin Clark, whether it be here or in any arena, they made sure is held to say, you know what, like, this can happen anywhere. Yeah, if you're going to investigate this, investigate. If something happened, then okay, we'll deal with it. But it's not just here. Making sure, not coming out and saying that, but making sure that that's known.
Doesn't matter. We want to encourage our players, our staff, to bring recognition to it in real time, if it's heard, if it's seen, or anything from that nature. But there's
again, like, obviously, like, you cannot look. We all know for a fact there was nothing like the entire crowd didn't do anything. That nothing was done as far as the noises, like booing was the extent that it got to. Like, nothing happened. But it's there's also a non-zero chance that that a one person in the crowd said or did something. And when that's the case, the only way you can deal with that, because everything else he said, she said, is if you say it on the day.
There's just no place for it in our league. I often say, it's great. Be a fan. Don't be a jerk. Like, be respectful and be passionate. But it's not that hard to not be a jerk. Like, enjoy our game. Enjoy what these women do on a daily basis. Boo the other team. All of those things. But there's no place.
Yeah, boo the other team. And, like, it's good that the coach is setting down the groundwork that, look, that's fine. You can go and be passionate fans. You can boo the other team. That's fine. But obviously, as she said, don't be a jerk. And we all know what she means by that. We all know what she means by that. But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. But yeah, it's like a point here with the team and staff bringing attention to over the line behavior in real time is important. You see unruly fans point out in NBA games. Yeah, and that's fine. Caitlin Clark did it herself. And you know what happened, ironically? The fan got let back in. And Caitlin Clark whispered what was said to Alyssa Smith, and Alyssa Smith goes, wow, Like, you can see her reaction. Like, supposedly, again, I don't know the truth of it, but there was a person who literally took a screenshot from the game where they were sitting, and it was relatively close to where the person was. But again, they could have just found a thing. But they were basically saying what was said, what they heard them say was out of line. Then what they told security they said, and the guy came back to his seat bragging that, oh, I told security I said this, they let me back in. Again, I don't know the truth of that. I don't know. That is what allegedly was said. That's allegedly how it went on. I could be completely wrong, but that is what was alleged. But the fans stayed there. The fans stayed there. And you know what? The fans shut the F up. So even if the fan isn't kicked out, the fan's not saying anything again because they know if they say one more thing, they're gone. And that's even in a scenario, even in a he said, she said scenario for over the line heckling. If someone said, oh, no, I didn't do that. But you better believe that if somebody has any of those accusations, they will end up being watched for the rest of the game, so they won't say anything. Worst case scenario, they'll just shut up for the rest of the game. But if situation's under investigation and we don't know if anything even happened, why is there need to chastise fans about something? She's not. Boo the other team. She knows. Yeah. She knows. Nobody say, I don't believe any racial happened in this game. Someone heard that Dolphin said something. Do you want to know why you can't say that? Because there is no single way to prove. Let's be real. There is a possibility that two people are having a conversation with each other in the stand and said something racist about Angel Reese. There is a not only possibility of 18,000 people. Let's be real. Even if 1%, even if you're looking at almost like 0.05% of people, if one person says something crazy, it doesn't get picked up. And one person's like, well, no, the person in front of me said this, and that is true. Then you can't technically say that nothing happened. But what we can say is that as a crowd as a whole, it was not hostile. They were not playing noises of that specific animal. They were playing a slight react laughing meme to sound like a dolphin. It was not hostile. It was a crowd. As a totality, the crowd was a crowd. And again, you can't say nothing happened because again, just some random thing could have happened. You just never know. Like on an individual by individual basis, we don't know. But talking about the crowd as a collective, the crowd was just a crowd. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? I've recorded this a couple of times, and fair play to Stephanie White for basically coming out and saying, fans, be fans. Be fans, keep being passionate. Because the WNBA, media, and heck, Apostrophe said it herself, that, apparently it's unsafe that Indiana fans are, fans.